Hello, and welcome. Today's topic is my YouTube subscriptions. So we'll start off with gaming, or Let's Players. So first I have, the main ones, the mainstream ones, I guess you can say. I'm subscribed to Markiplier, JackSepticEye, or Sean, Cryaotic, CinnamonToastKen, and PressHeartToContinue, or Dodger. Mark and Jack are probably the most popular ones of the ones I have. I was subscribed to PewDiePie, but then I kind of lost interest in some of his works. Ken, and Dodger, probably on the lower side, with 2 million or so subscribers, but they're good, they're quality, good stuff. I'm also subscribed to Nanalew Gaming, which are, AmazingPhil and Danisnotonfire's gaming channel. Also, I'm subscribed to a YouTuber named Pharaoh2091, and he's probably not as big as the others, but he also does pretty good content. He's kind of like Cry. He's pretty serious about his commentary and his gameplay, with, little bits of humor every now and then. But he mainly plays kind of low-key, obscure games. I mean, he's played most of the Kingdom Hearts games. I think he played all of them, actually. And he's also played all of the Ace Attorney ones, which I watched him for, those the Ace Attorney and the Kingdom Hearts one. I believe I watched a couple of his other ones, but mainly those are the two that I watched from him. I also just recently subscribed to Gaming Tim, and the videos I've watched of him are just his side-by-side cooking with Rama. They're very interesting videos. It's an interesting take, I suppose, on actual cooking and gaming cooking. And it's really nice that he has a side-by-side of the gaming and his actual cooking and how well they sync up together. I haven't actually watched, I know it's not really original because I'm in the recommendations of his videos, there's other people who did the same thing, but I haven't watched any of those, so I can't really do a comparison. And going off of that, the next subscriptions I have are cooking channels. A big one that you probably know is Rosanna Pansino, or Nerdy Nummies, as that's her cooking show. She bakes nerd stuff, I don't know, I believe she made a cake of the star from Mario. She's done a bunch of fandoms like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Percy Jackson, Mario, Hearthstone, and a bunch of other ones that just baked goods, cookies, cakes, cupcakes, you name it. And she's also had a bunch of other featured people, there's Hugo Schneider, who I'm subscribed to and will talk about later. She's also done stuff with Mark, Justine, Ingrid, Jake from Vsauce 3. I actually think she's done all 3 of Vsauce's, who I was subscribed to, but I've lost kind of interest in the science part of their channel, and a bunch of others. She's a really good person to check out. She's really cool. She's fun. I like her. And I'm also subscribed to Cooking with Dog. They're a Japanese person, and they have a dog named Francis, who sadly passed away, but they had the dog next to them while they cook, and it's really cute. It's really sweet. Just your basic cooking channel, really. So after that, I have 4 subscriptions to music channels. One of them is Kurt, who I mentioned just recently. Kurt Hugo Schneider, he personally doesn't really sing a lot, but I think he arranges or composes some of the musics and does covers with other people who sing and have their own channels. But he's really creative. He's really talented in a lot of instruments that he plays. But he made a video with just random household objects for Moonlight Sonata, and he also did a cover of NSYNC song or Backstreet Boys. I don't really quite remember. The singers were Max and Allison Stoner, but they used Butterfingers, and that was really cool and interesting. And he also used a bike for Cheap Thrills by Sia, sorry. And the singer was Kina Grannis. So check him out. He's really cool. He's really awesome, very talented. The next musician I'm subscribed to is Nate Sharp. Nate Wants to Battle. And he's pretty cool. I mean, he also kind of does, like, nerdy covers of songs like Kingdom Hearts, Simple and Clean, Nightmare Before Christmas, What's This? And he also makes originals. And also just covers of, like, you know, normal songs. Like, I believe he did Emperor's New Clothes by Panic at the Disco. You know, stuff like that. He makes more, like, rock versions of each song. So if you're interested in that, check him out. The third one I'm subscribed to is Tessa Violet, or as she was previously known as Mika Kitty, I think. Yeah, she does her own original music, and she also is kind of a vlogger, but yeah. I mean, I had some time to get used to her voice, because her voice is kind of soprano-ish, but, you know, I like her songs. I got used to it, and I now enjoy her work. And the last musician I'm subscribed to is Paint, or John Cozart. You might know him from, well, actually, I don't know if you know him from anyone, but he's done collabs with Tessa and also with Dodie Clark. John Cozart, he's pretty cool. Actually, you might know him from his video of Disney Ever After, which was like the realistic version of what happens at the After Happily Ever After. So he did two versions of that, and they were all really cool. That's how I found him. I love his voice. He's great. He's just kind of interesting and a little weird. So he's cool. He's also kind of a vlogger, but he's more of a musician. And then I go into my vloggers. I have Phil and Dan, who I've mentioned before because they have the gaming channel, AmazingPhil and Danisnotonfire. They are British gentlemen. They are very relatable, especially Dan. But they're both cool, they're both weird, and you should really check them out if you haven't already. The next one I have is another English gentleman, and his name is Charlie McDonald. Charlie is so cool. Like, he's kind of a geek. He's also a musician. That's how I first found him. I believe the first video I saw was a duet with myself. Although I'm pretty sure he was more famous with one of his videos when he was like 17 about making tea. So you might know him from that. I believe he's now a host. I don't know if it's a podcast or a show really, but Serial Time I think is what it's called. And he co-hosts that, I'm pretty sure. Then I have Shauna, or Nanalew, and she is kind of a director. She does her own skits, and she has some like music videos and movies, I suppose you could say, of stuff. Because I'm pretty sure she made a short video that I haven't watched. Sorry, but yeah, she's really cool. She's a little weird too. She has this cute little dog, but she's also very, very good friends with Tessa, and that's kind of how I know them, because each other. Then I have Ryan Higa, or Nigahiga. Well, I'm subscribed to 2 of his channels. His main one is Nigahiga, which has to do with like his skits. And then his second channel is HigaTV, which is like behind the scenes and vloggings and vacation trips that he's done. And he's really cool. He's also really creative, and he seems rather original, because all his stuff is like, wow, like I never would have thought of that. So check him out if you haven't already. He's really cool. I have no idea how else to like explain him, because it's just a bunch of stuff that just explodes out of his mind. It's really cool and really fun and creative and funny. And then I have Cole and Marmalade, which is a cat video. Well, of cats, Cole and Marmalade. Cole is a black cat. Marmalade is a orange striped tabby cat, ginger cat, I guess you could call him. Marmalade also has like a really derpy face, but he's really cute. Their owner is Chris, and he's like a cat advocate or activist. I don't know, I'm sorry. But he's more like, he's the don't shop, adopt, don't shop, my bad. And like making sure that they're spayed and neutered and keep them safe and help big cats and stuff, because I'm pretty sure he was part of Big Cat Rescue, but if you like cats, then check them out because they're cool. I then have Mary, SuperMaryFace. Sorry, I have two Marys. Mary, SuperMaryFace, who is the fiance of CinnamonToastKen, and she does cosplay stuff. I mainly knew her from Ken's channel because sometimes on his channel he had Mary Mondays, which is when Mary would play video games on his channel on Mondays, obviously. But she's cool. She's also very knowledgeable about pets and animals, like snakes and spiders and reptiles, because she's really into all that stuff. I mean, she has 3 snakes, 2 of them are hers, 1 of them is Ken's. She has a tarantula, and they have 2 dogs, Boss, the Newfoundland, and Betty, who's a corgi. They also had Jackie, who was also a female corgi, but they had to give her away, unfortunately, because of problems. You could probably find on their channel about that. But yeah, if you're interested in knowing about that stuff, about her life, she's also pregnant at the moment. So if you're interested in that, and knowing about how her baby is going to be growing, check out her channel. She's cool. I like her. I also have Swoozie, or Adonde, and he's also, like, his stories are kind of adventurous. He's more of a storyteller than anything, because it's like, you have such a crazy life. Because he apparently used to work for Disney, and he's all these crazy stories about meeting famous people and celebrities, and it's also just really crazy. He also, like, animates them. They're not really fully animated. They're more like storyboard kind of stuff. It's not like actual animation walking of him. It's more, yeah, stick figures and storyboarding. But they're also really cool, and it's like, how is this your life? It's really cool and adventurous and just crazy. Check him out. He's really cool. And then the last vlogger I have written down here is Thomas Sanders, who you probably know as a Viner, but since, you know, Vine is gone or dead or whatever, he's now on YouTube. And he does and obviously he does vlogs, but Thomas is also actually really relatable, and how he tells his stories or presents his topic of videos is really cool because he has different personalities of himself. He has his dance side, his morality side, his logic side, his anxiety side, and his fanciful side, which is like a Disney prince. And they're all very fun and really cool, and excuse me. And it's just an interesting idea how to present information for someone. And then I have my nerd stuff, or anime stuff, which is Abridgers. If you don't know Abridgers, they're more like parody workers of shows. You might know little Kuriboh, or Martin, who was probably actually the starter of abridging. He does Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. So if you don't know that, now you know. He's also a British gentleman. He's cool. I mean, I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was little, so finding that and just kind of like reliving it, it's kind of funny. I'm also subscribed to Team 4-Star, who does Dragon Ball Z Abridged. They're also a really good team. I believe they're friends with Kuriboh. Little Kuriboh actually voiced Frieza for their series. I'm pretty sure one of the Team 4-Star people did something in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, but I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, they're friends, and they're probably one of the 2 bigger ones that people know of in the abridged community. I then have Octopimp, or Alex, and if you don't know him, he previously did Homestuck videos, but now that's like terminated. And then he moved on to 50% off, which is the free version of the abridged series, or free abridged, if you will. That's coming close to an end because his season 1 is kind of ending, and he's mentioned that he's stopping with free because loss of viewership and kind of loss of interest. And then he may start up a Yuri on Ice abridged series. He put up the first episode. I don't know if it's been taken down or not, but he put up one video of it, and it looks kind of promising, but who knows. And then the last abridger I have is Reality Punch Studios, I mean, that's the changed name. I don't remember what the original name was before. I think it had to deal with the abridged in the name, but I don't remember. But I subscribed to them because they did Attack on Titan abridged. Honestly, I liked their version better than Team 4 Stars, but that's just me. Kind of like miscellaneous stuff that I hadn't really put in, or that didn't really, you know, go with my other topics, as another weeb kind of thing. Fighting Dreamers Productions, they are a cosplay group, and they've done a lot of cosplays, and they also do little skits. I have FitCrackStudio, who, not necessarily a bridger, but not necessarily an anime music video, but they, I don't know what it's called, but you know, like, if you search up, like, anime crack, it's just about just random stuff with music. That's what they do. Like, they did a Kuroko no Basket crack video, and they just, like, paired up, like, with the Weeknd song Can't Feel My Face with Kuroko and Kagami. So it's, like, kind of like that. I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of weird. But, yeah. And then I have How It Should Have Ended, which is an animation group of their versions of movies of how it should have ended. And they just do, like, a bunch of videos and animations, and it's really good quality. Check them out. I also have Maru, or Mugumogu, who is a cat, a Japanese cat. He's the Scottish Fold, who also has a sister named Hana. And they're just really cool. Mario's like the chillest cat ever. He's like Garfield, except, you know, he doesn't have lasagna, and he's a Scottish Fold, not orange. Yeah, so check him out. They're really cute. Mario is really cute and adorable. He's just a very fluffy cat. And then I have ProZD. I believe he said his name was Sunwoo. But he's really cool. You might have known him also from Vine, or maybe it was Instagram. But he made, like, very short videos, and he's like, oh, he's a voice actor. I don't know how professional he is, but he can do, like, a lot of voices. It's great. He's really cool. And then after, I probably should have done the miscellaneous at the end, but my final category I have written down is art. And, you know, as my channel used to have animations, I really love art. I have about I'm subscribed to 3 channels who do art. The first one is Crilley. He's a professional illustrator, and he did, like, manga work, but I guess more like graphic novels, since, you know, I don't think they read right to left. But he did study in Japan, I think. So he has kind of that style of, like, anime and manga, and it's really cool. He does tutorials. So yeah, if you have, like, troubles with drawing faces or something like that, or shading, on Fridays he does, like, time lapse of his videos, and then on Saturdays he does narrations of those videos. So it's a little bit of both. If you can't watch one, you can watch the other. And then I have Mary Doodles, my other Mary that I was kind of confused with when I was looking at the other one. She has 2 channels as well. Mary Doodles, which is time-lapse video of her watercolor paintings, and her vlogging channel, More Mary Doodles, which, you know, she just talks about random stuff. She also does, like, Friday Doodle Diary, but she talks about art. She started up art tutorials. It's been quite a while since her last one, but they're coming back. But she does watercolor as her main medium. She's done markers, like Copic markers, but her stuff is, like, very whimsical. It's really cool and creative. So if you're interested in that, just really check her out. And the last one that I'm going to leave you off with is Simon's Cat. It's an animation. I probably could have put this with miscellaneous as well, but I put it under the art category because on his channel you have some tutorials of how to draw Simon's Cat. Simon's Cat doesn't have a name, it's just Simon's Cat, really, but Simon's Cat is based off of reels of real-life Simon's cats. They're more humanistic than actual cats, because, you know, but they're also quite creative and quite relatable if you have a cat, which sadly I don't, but someday maybe. But if you haven't heard of him, totally check him out. He's really cool. And the animations are, like, seamless and flawless, and they're really well done. So that's it. Thanks for staying for this 20 longish video. Sorry it took so long, but yeah, see you guys next time.